Toyota Tundra. Sorry, this is my Hyundai Veracruz SUV, and the radiator is leaking, so it's causing my engine to overheat, and I had to dump a whole bottle of coolant into here, and then was able to start the motor, and I was able to drive home safely. So right now I'm going to tear apart this radiator by removing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plastic screws, and one number 10 screws, bolts, one number 10, two number 10 bolts of this cover, and then get down to the radiator, so I can have enough room to remove the radiator. This is the hose that I need to remove from the radiator as well. But the first thing first is to remove the negative of the battery terminal to prevent any sensors, airbag sensors from exploding. I don't know if there's any airbag sensor in here, but regardless, I'm just going to remove this negative battery. It's always a good idea to remove the negative battery when you work on the car to prevent any electricity happening. So that's what I'm doing first. Remove this battery, loosen this bolt, and then rock this back and forth, and then pull this out, and that's it. I removed the battery cable from the negative terminal of the battery, so now I don't have any power in this car, in this SUV. The next thing I want to do is to remove these 8 and these 2 number 10 bolts, so I can remove this cover and get to the radiator itself. Okay, so that's one bolt removed. I'm going to remove the other bolts. And I'll show you how to remove these plastic screws. Sometimes they are easy to remove, but other times they're hard to remove. I'll show you what I meant. It's Phillips plastic screws. And right now what I'm doing is I'm removing the passenger side number 10 bolts, so I can remove this cover to get to the radiator underneath. Okay. So there are 8 of them to remove, and you can see after I turn counterclockwise, this didn't come up, so I have to use this slotted screwdriver to try to poke it up, and then I continue the. Oops, it just went back in. Just pain in the neck. Let's see if we can do the number 2. And so basically, it's pretty hard to do it with both hands, so I'm going to have to get the other camera so I can wear it over my head and do it easily. Maybe I'll get a tripod too. I have successfully removed the driver's side 1, 2, 3, 4 plastic screws, and also 1 on the passenger side. I still have 3 more to go, so here's how you do it. Basically, when I turn counterclockwise, using the Phillips screw, you can see it's not popping up. It's not budging. So what you need to do is you take a Phillips slotted screwdriver, poke into it, and then you turn, and you can see this actually pop up. Once you see that pop up, you move your slotted screwdriver to the left hand side, and then you try to pull the slotted screwdriver up, and you pull the plastic screws up as you keep turning, so that's so two more to go. Like I said, repeat this process basically using the plastics, using the slotted screw, and then now you can turn, and you can see as I'm turning this Phillips screwdriver, the thing actually started to pop, and I move my slotted screwdriver to the left side of this plastic screws, and I keep using my right hand to keep turning clockwise of the screw, but also use my left hand holding this slotted screwdriver to keep pulling it up, and then eventually this plastic screws will just pop up. As you can see, this is not popping up, so what you do is you use your slotted screwdriver to push it in there, and then you turn using your right hand, and then you can see the screw actually started to pop, and then this one is easy, just pull it right out, and now I have all the two number 10 bolts, and also eight plastic bolts out, and you can see now this is started to, and now you need to bend this a little bit, otherwise you can see this is in the way. I can't remove it, so I need to bend this a little bit, bend this piece a little bit in order to be able to remove this front cover. You can see right now it's blocking, so if I bend it to that way, and then I'll be able to remove this cover. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Six screw here, so I'm going to remove this one. Right around this engine hook, the engine cover hook, on the right passenger side, driver's side, there is a plastic screw you need to remove. And on the passenger side, there is also another one you need to remove, which is down there. You can see where my line is shining down here, this guy here. So that one and this one, so one on each side of this engine hook we need to remove. So one here, two here, in addition to the 8 ones on the top that we need to remove. So that's what I'm trying to do here, to remove these two plastic screws. Okay, so let's get to it. Put a small screwdriver over there, over in here. I pull this cover, this top cover back, and then I was able to slide this little screwdriver in there and unscrewing that plastic screw, and looks like it's popping out now, so I should be able to get that plastic screw out, and then I'll be able to do this other side by pulling back the cover to unscrew that plastic cover down below there. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay, so and let me show you this light here. So you can see there's a plastic, there's a screwdriver that I slide in there. I'm gonna do that on the other side too. This is the hook that I bent slightly. Pop this open after I kept pulling this cover back, and then I just keep using my fingers to turn this thing, and eventually this plastic screw pop open, as you can see here. And right now it looks like there's another one hanging over here. You can see it's over here, right here. I'm gonna do the same and try to pop open this one, and then this cover will be removed just like the other side. Okay, so okay, you can see that plastic screws is turning loose as I am trying to try to use my small screwdriver. So I pop open this one, you can see down there. Now I'm trying to do this one and it's already coming up. So next, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my screw, use my finger, and that pop this cover up. And now I pull this front cover back, and then I can remove this piece. When I'm ready to put it back, I'll put this back. But there's the piece that's holding this front cover up. Okay, so there you have it. That's on the driver's side. That's on the driver's side. You see 2 screws, 1 here and 2 here. Okay, so I have 2 number 10 screws that's locking this radiator to the frame. I'm gonna unlock it, and it's counterclockwise. So there are 2 on the driver's side, and there are 2 more on the passenger side you need to remove with number 10 screws. Okay, so it's pretty easy. There's the second one on the driver's side. I'm going to do 2 more on the passenger side. Oh. What happened? Trying to squeeze my fingers in there. Okay, good. Oh, there's another number 10. This one is out too, so 2 of them. And then there are 2 more here, so I'm gonna get to these 2 on the passenger side. I got these 2 loosened too. So this is the passenger side, so I'm just trying to turn these loose by hand. It's a pretty pain in the neck to have this front cover, but you just have to do it this way, otherwise you have to take off the entire front bumper, which I didn't want to do, but I guess, I don't know, maybe I have to do it to remove the front bumper cover to make it easier, because right now it's really kind of hard with this front bumper attached. Anyway, so let me continue removing this one. Okay, now I'm going to, this is the rubber hose, the top one. There's another one at the bottom, somewhere, probably over there to the right, on the, yeah, over here, on the passenger side. have to remove. But this big hose is easy to remove because it's right here. You can see these two clips right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use my plier to get the clip loose. I'm gonna have to use both hands to do this. You can see I push the clips back from the hose, the top of the hose here to the back, and I gotta push it to the back a little bit more so I can completely have this clip out of the rubber hose, and then I'll be able to pull the hose out of there. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, now this clip is completely off the radiator, so now I should be able to wiggle this hose, pop this hose out of the radiator. As you can see here, it's almost out. There we go. So this hose is now out of the radiator, and the radiator can be separated. And you can see here there's two fins in the behind the radiator. We need to disengage, turn loose these two fins, and then we'll be able to get to the drain plug down there, because the drain plug is on the passenger side down there. Okay, so, and you can see here's the bolt there, number 10 bolt. There are 4 of them with the 2 fins. So that's what I'm going to be doing next, to remove the 2 fins from the radiator, from the back of the radiator. Okay, there we go.